Hey, come here. Comparison of how big the Vader is. This is a 12-pound Yorkie. So, yeah, he pretty much can ride on the back of it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy YASHIroku, and we're on another ride in 50 below weather, of course. And this is actually a question that most people ask me, whether it's a Grom, a clone, Z125, doesn't really matter. If it's a 125cc motor, should you get it as a starter bike? And I say it really depends on what you want to use the bike for. Now, if you just want to ride around town or whatnot, then sure, it beats having a scooter because it's more fun. You can shift gears or whatnot, but nothing wrong with a scooter either, but if that's your thing. But I like things that you can shift because you feel more in one with the machine. Like I was saying, shifting is way better than a scooter, because I know a lot of guys, they take their exam on a scooter, but my thing on that is you definitely want to get a motorcycle to learn on. A scooter is too easy, and 125cc bike is actually great because of the fact that it's not too much overwhelming power, but you got to also take in consideration that it's not really a lot of power. So if you want to do speeds like, you know, 60 comfortably, you're going to definitely need something a little bit bigger. I'm a guess. It depends on how it's geared, of course, or what the bike is geared, of course, but I'd say at least like a 150. But if you want something that you're going to be on for a while, that you could do highways comfortably, I would say like a 250. And even a 250 or 300 is underpowered. I mean, you can go all the way up to 1,000 cc's. You know, those are not street bikes. Those are bikes that, you know, you want to take to the track. You want to take to the track, or you want to pretty much do stuff like that. But with a bigger bike, you're going to get in bigger trouble, pretty much, because you're going to want to push that bike to its, you know, extremes. I mean, that's pretty much what you want to get your money out of it. Now, 125cc bike, like, I could rev the piss out of this, and I'm pretty much still doing near the speed limit. It's not nearly as much. Not saying that you can't get in trouble with it, because these bikes will get you into trouble, but not as much trouble as, you know, bigger bikes. But just on the street, on the highway, that might not be, you know, a feasible thing because of the fact that I would probably be revving out. But I got more revs, want to save some gas, just switch up, just cruise comfortably at 30. You know, I can even go up to 40, 50, cruise comfortably. Like I said, like, it's just enough speed for the streets. Now on the highway, that's a whole different thing. Like, when I took this on the highway, it's not something that I want to do all the time because of the fact that I'm like revving out, and that's not really a cool thing to do when you're just revving out, when you got cars that's capable of doing like over 100, and you know, you're just revving out doing the speed limit. I mean, you can do it, but you're doing like near the speed limit. And even if you do little bits and mods, you could probably get it, you know, up to 65, which is highway speeds, but you're in your last gear. Now if this bike had one more gear, like a 5th gear, then it would be a lot better. But you know, when you're like you're just sitting on the highway cruising, and you're literally cruising in your last gear, like, that's not really fun. Not fun at all. That's the only drawback. The main thing is just the power. That's the main drawback of, whoa, 125cc. I didn't even see that. As you can see, like, we have very bad potholes around here. That's the main drawback. Should you get it as a starter bike? I personally would say yes. If you want to do highway stuff, I have to recommend that you get something at least in the 250 sector or above, you know, between 253 something or whatever. So that's my thought on if you should get a 125cc as a starter bike. So I'm giving it a thumbs up on that. You definitely want to, because it is a load of fun. Whether it's Chinese, you know, whatever, you're gonna have fun. Definitely with the Vader, definitely the Vader is a good contender if you are going to get a 125cc bike. I don't really, you know, like to really rate this as a, you know, Grom alternative. You know, I just see this as a nice 125cc class bike. I don't really try to make this as a Grom or anything. That's just how I feel about it. It should be in a class of its own, pretty much, because you still have fun with it. I like it. Most people like it. Most people hate it. But most people hate it because of the fact that they don't know that much about it, or a lot of people has had bad experience with it. But so far, I'm doing pretty well with these gloves on. I'm just doing a little ride today. You can call this the bored ride. Anytime you're bored, pretty much, you should go out for a ride. Whether it's cold, hot, rain and snow, I don't know. It's up to you. I'm definitely probably not doing that again. but the snow, definitely not. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I hurt my pride. I hurt my pride, people. Here. These are definitely a game changer, so I don't like leaves. If you catch that initial D reference, I applaud you. Alright, let's see if I can bang out this hill. I'm gonna let this cart right here get some distance. Like I said, that 17 tooth is definitely the truth. I would say, like, though, that is definitely a mod that you want to do between the 16 and the 17. I believe you can go higher than that. I actually could have went, but is there everybody behind me? No. We're gonna take our time then. But I definitely recommend you do that. One or the other, depending on what you want to do. Now, if you want to do a lot of stunt riding, then the 14 tooth would definitely be up your alley. It's just you don't really got like a lot of speed. And I used to have a lot of like popping and cracking with the 14 tooth. Now I don't really have that much. I don't have that issue. But it also comes down to tuning your carb also. So if you're gonna use that, you definitely want to tune your carb. All right, I'm trying to find that little spot where they have scooters. The people that commute, they usually have scooters around, like some real like mini, you know, classic scooters. It's kind of like the Metros, like I think the Honda Metro or whatever it's called. Oh, there's one. There's a lot of bikes, but that's not the classic one. There was a few classic. Oh, here's another one up here. Nah, that's not it. Oh, there it is. And that's another one right there. Yeah, it's a few up here. Oh, is that a Rebel? It's actually going to take me probably about 5 minutes to get across this road, so I'm going to just end it right here. YASHIroku out. Kill switch.